Hello, I'm Oldaker. I'm from Shropshire Composters. I belong to a number of other organisations, environmental organisations, and this really, the composting seems just a perfect addition to that. It's also a wonderful way of reducing waste. I know that our local councils all appreciate how much we're doing to help people to compost and really get to think of other ways to reduce waste. I think we find that once people get involved in composting, they start to think of other ways of recycling and reducing waste. So all in all, it's a good thing.
You know, like a centre for visitor centre.
Yeah?
That's for schools, really.
Sing along now.
What's that?
Yeah.
Does it work for you?
Yeah.
No problem.
But I would like to do one of those.
Alright,
Well,
yeah.
so do I just buy one of those?
You buy one of that, and there's 3 trays in there. We've only got one in today, rather than 3 trays. And as the finest composting possibly have, very sure.
The tap.
Yes, because worms can drown.
What Chris doing is putting, well, he's not allowed to do it now anyway. He's done all the laundry,
Yeah.
and I've made him put them in a separate bin.
Yeah. Well, you need to mix brown stuff and green stuff together. The brown stuff is mainly carbon. It's twigs and paper and carbon.
Yeah.
And the green stuff is the grass stuff and things like that. You need to have equal parts.
Mainly because people waste so much stuff and they just put it in the green bins and they could compost it. And becoming a master composter means I can do something about it, even if it's only on a local scale.
Do you find people respond well?
Mainly, people either already compost and we're speaking to the converted, although we can help them do it better. And people like to, I think people like to be able to see you doing it, which is why it's good on a local.
Oh, I'm so pleased I got to and thank you ever so much for coming and telling me, because it does, you know, we say give this advice and we don't know whether people take it out.
Yeah, and it's turned into, I've got one of the two of the big square ones.
Yes, yeah.
And I quite like those because they fit in the corner where my garden next to me strawberry herb garden.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. So you're happy.
Waste minimisation officer for Telford Council.
Do you find it useful having master composters
Oh
around?
yeah, it's very useful. I think it's really useful having local people who are clearly so very enthusiastic about composting, encouraging other local people to get into it.
And can they tell them things that you can't?
I think it's just more inspiring. I think it really helps to encourage people to get involved. So I think very often people think, oh, it's a council telling us to do something again, whereas if you've got a local person, someone you perhaps know, a friend of a friend, you know, telling you, oh, actually composting is relatively straightforward and it's good fun, then that just tends to be a lot more inspiring.
I've always been interested in gardening. I grew up with a family that actually do a lot of vegetable gardening. When I bought my first house, I did organic gardening, and I've been doing it ever since. I've always composted. I wanted to learn more about the composting process, and also I wanted to help other people make sure their compost comes out right as well.
Tell me about your composting game.
Well, yeah, talk to you about composting game. A lot of people don't always believe that they can compost things, and then there are other things that they think they can compost but they can't. So what we've got here on this panel is things you can compost. On this panel, things you can't compost. This one in the middle that you can compost as long as you're a bit cautious about it. The things you can compost break down into two fields. There's green things, which is mainly nitrogen, and that has to be mixed with brown things that are mainly carbon. And to get good compost, you need a mixture of the two. If you've got too much of one, you've got too much carbon, it never breaks down because it's too dry. If you've got too much green things, it stays wet and smells, so that isn't good either. But the mixture of the two will give you good compost in a very short space of time. And
Where did you get this game from?
this game, we went on a training course, and this is my version of the game that they showed us there.
Kind of like vermin, like leftover barbecue or bread or something. Canned chaps. Yeah. That's it. I went on a course on the book people. I didn't realise how much the people do, but when you think about it, because I wouldn't Oh, we should go home and start that. We've had this been there about how long? Oh, when they first said, do you want to wheelie bin or the composting? We said, well, you had a choice. Where do you live? Can you tell the choice? Ah. Well, we have some compost here. Not this stuff. But if you look very closely, it's got little tiny bugs in it. No, nothing there, maybe over here. And that's our towel dryer. And newspaper. And leftovers from a picnic or someone's meal. Yeah. What's in there now? We're here to show people. What is this? So, you put all this in and it will rot, won't it?
Yeah, but that was it was meant to eat the dog that either.
Not the whole dog. You don't put the whole dog in the compost. No, some dogs like being hoovered. You go, and the dog goes. You go like this, it's like being tickled. And you put all the hair in your compost bin, and it will rot.
At Borough Council, you know, we're working hard to deliver the recycling services with limited resources, and so to be able to have an additional pair of hands to support us with community engagement, schools visits, door knocking and road shows and that kind of stuff has been, you know, wonderful addition to our staffing, and you know, the value for money that creates for the taxpayer is just phenomenal, really. If you think about it, we're sometimes having 2-3 members of staff manning a stall for 8 hours a day. You know, that would cost the taxpayer a small fortune. So, you know, kindly these volunteers are doing that, and it's helping, you know, promote recycling in a very cost-effective way.
This is Colin O'Loughlin. The council made sure that we had a compost bin for every single plot, these black ones. Then we acquired some more. This one, for instance, they gave us because we agreed to do a publicity picture for the newspaper, and we actually had all of our committee standing in one of these bins. They are very big, and it's quite a small committee. We're having an open day at O'Loughlin, and we've taken this opportunity to set up a composting display as well. Most of the people that come obviously are very interested in gardening, and most of them are also interested in composting. That's a wonderful setup you've got there. Do you actually do composting?
Yes, I compost everything I can because I can't stand waste. It's free, it's very rewarding, and it feeds all the garden, and I never have to go and buy any from the shop. And as you can see, I've got this one and 3 others on my allotment and 4 at home. So, yippee, that's why I say let's all compost.